How's it going, guys? In today's video, I'll be going over Champion Iris and Hydreigon's movesets and sync grids. So Iris is a dragon tech sync pair that can do a lot of sync nuke damage, and she's one of, if not the best sync nuker in the game right now. It's actually kinda insane, like the damage she can do. Let's go over the stats first, right? So the stats wise, overall quite solid. HP is good, attack switch attack really high. Defense and special defense are not bad. Speed is a bit on the weaker side, but it's still fine. Let's go over the moves. The moves we have Breaking Swipe and then Snarl. Both do similar thing, but opposite thing basically. Breaking Swipe, you -1 attack, and then Snarl, you -1 special attack. And both are AoE, so you can AoE debuff attack and special attack. And then she also has passive double drop, which we will talk about more later, but that's a really good passive. And just remember that Breaking Swipe and Snarl are not meant to be used to damage the opponent, okay? Because that's very bad AP. No, just use it for debuff. And then Dragon Rush. Dragon Rush is pretty strong. 3 gauge move, 156 BP. It's also a physical move, and accuracy is 75, which doesn't matter. It has piercing gaze, we will talk more about it later. 20% chance to flinch, which is cool, but your main goal is not to flinch, right? And then her grid also has nothing that can increase the flinching chance. Next up we have the trainer move, 3 heads. Basically what this trainer move does is it gives you move gauge acceleration, -1 sync countdown, +2 attack, and +1 crit to Iris. Honestly, her trainer move is a bit on the weaker side. Doesn't really do much, right? And then only +2 attack and +1 crit. A good way to use this is after using the first sync, because of the sync move countdown. Because sometimes after you use your sync, you want to move Q, but then sometimes you fail the move Q because your opponent uses the move before you. So it becomes 2 of your own move, 1 of your opponent move, and then 1 of your own move. And then if you use 3 heads, you will -1 sync move countdown, and it doesn't matter anymore. You can sync the second time before your opponent sync the first time. But if you want to quickly increase your attack and crit, go ahead. And then this also move gauge acceleration, which is great because, like I said, the speed is not the best, right? So move gauge acceleration is pretty nice. Now, here comes the sync move. This thing hits like a truck. Like holy crap, it's not even funny, man. Insane, right? It's a sync move. Like every other attack, it has a multiplier in it, but the multiplier works quite differently for Iris compared to the other attack. So the description says, the more the target's stats have been lowered, the greater the power of this move. So basically, the more debuffs your opponents have, the more damage you do. And the way the calculation works is that it caps at 18 debuffs, okay? It caps at 18 debuffs. That if you have all 18 debuffs, you do 120% more damage, or 2.2 times more damage, which is insane. It's just insane, right? 18 debuffs, you can easily do like 12 debuffs with the Breaking Swipe and Snarl, right? And then just bring like another debuffer, and then you can easily do like crit damage with just this alone, right? There's 2 more passive in the grid, right? Devastation and Picking Order, which we will talk about more later, that increases the damage even more, which is why she is like probably the best sync nuker in the game. Now let's move on to Lucky Skill first. So Lucky Skill, very easy. Typically, just give Crit Strike 2 to a sync that does damage, basically, right? Now the first passive, Piercing Gaze, a really good passive, right? Mainly because Dragon Rush is 75% accuracy, so Piercing Gaze, he will always connect with Dragon Rush, and that's not also 95% accuracy, which is nice, because Piercing Gaze can negate that effect, right? Next move is Power Loving, so it's similar to the multiplier on the sync move, but the only difference is that this one is for your regular moves. So Power Loving is very interesting. It actually does not have a cap. Like unlike the sync move, right? Sync move has a cap at 18 debuffs. For Power Loving, it has no cap. And the way it works is that every time one stat rank is debuffed, you get about 2.2 to 2.3% extra damage. And there's a total of 7 stats that can be debuffed. So that's 42 stat rank debuffs. I mean, assuming you manage to debuff all of them, which is incredibly difficult to do, and it's very unlikely. But to give you an idea, if you get to 42 debuffs, that's about a 90% increase in damage, which is quite a bit. But if you only manage to get 12 debuffs, then it's about a 26% extra damage, which is still not bad, right? And then if you get to 18 debuffs, that's about 40% extra damage. So it's not bad, and then it's not difficult to like get to 12 debuffs or 18 debuffs, right? It's not that bad, it's not that difficult, especially with Iris, right? Then her third passive is Double Drop, which is a very good passive, because instead of -1 attack and -1 special attack, you -2 attack and -2 special attack, which is really insane, right? So you just need like 2 full sync turns to get your opponent to -6 attack and -6 special attack. Then you can just do big damage. Alright, now let's talk about a sync grid. 1 out of 5. Honestly, quite bad. There's nothing really. There's always now MGR3. And I mean, if you're running 1 out of 5 grid, then just take everything, I guess. You can take everything, and then there will be one. You were left with one like tile that you cannot take because of energy issue, right? So something like this, I guess. For 2 out of 5, you get access to a few more okay stuff. Still nothing insane. If you really want to unlock her full potential, 3 out of 5 grid is a must. Dragon Rush MGR3, pretty good. A pretty good move to have, right? Then Snarl super effective too, which is whatever, 20% increase in damage. But like I said previously, you're not gonna use Breaking Swipe or Snarl to do damage, so it's not really necessary. Breaking Swipe MGR3, cool I guess. MPR2, which I don't really think you need this, but like at 2 out of 5 you have nothing left to take, might as well just take this, right? Then we have Beef of 3, a 40% chance to +1 attack when you are hit by a move, which is bad because you don't really want to get hit. So for 2 out of 5 grid, honestly, just take like all the stuff. Just take all the stuff like Breaking Swipe and then MPR2 and just connect everything. So it becomes like this, okay? 4 out of 5 grid, not really that good because you don't unlock her full potential yet. 3 out of 5 grid, you get some really nice stuff. So you get this thing, Dragon Rush, Trip of 6, 70% chance to -1 speed on your opponent when you hit your moves, which is okay, right? It's only for Dragon Rush, unfortunately, right? If it's for either Snarl or Breaking Swipe, it will be pretty good, but it's only for Dragon Rush, so that I don't think it's really that useful. Devastation, here is the very good thing in her grid. Insane, this is insane, right? So if you get to -6 special attack, you will increase your damage, your sync damage by another 100%. So just now it's a 120% increase in sync multiplier. With Devastation, that's another 100%, so 220% extra damage or 3.2 times more damage. And the next thing we have is Crown Guard. It's honestly not good because it's only for ground attack, right? Then normally don't even want to get hit. But I do appreciate the thought put into this grid, right? Because in the main games, Hydreigon has the ability Levitate, which gives it immunity to ground type moves. But in this game, there is no immunity. So putting this in a grid is quite interesting, though it's not really practical to take this. Still a pretty cool concept, right? Then the next really good stuff, Pecking Order. So you get to -6 attack, you increase the damage by 100% more. So that's not, it was 220% extra, now it's 320% extra damage, which is 4.2 times more damage. Insane! I will show you guys the damage calculations later, but it's insane damage, crazy damage. You also have like the sync power-ups as well, which will increase the damage even more. Dragon Size, Crit Strike 1. Nah man, nah, just don't take this. Why though? No. Like I said, you're not gonna use these 2 moves for damage anyways. Then we have 3 heads of all ramp up 1. You increase special attack. The sync damage is physical. So why are you increasing your special attack? You're trying to do more damage now. So don't take this. Now for the sync grid builds, I came up with 3 different builds for her. For the first build, it's the build that I would recommend you guys to use most of the time. I mean, it's the build that I use pretty much all the time. In my videos, like Demon Stadium, whatever, I always use this build. So this build, I just call it the Sync Nuke build. So it basically utilizes like all the sync power-ups, right? So basically take Devastation, right? And then you need to take Pecking Order as well. And then take the sync power-ups. Then take this attack stat. So you're exactly 0. Very strong. I'll just show you guys the damage calculations right now. So for damage calculation, assuming you get to -6 attack, at -6 special attack, which is not difficult to do, right? And then you max out your own attack, and then you do super effective damage and crit. And then that is like 12 debuffs, right? That's not even the maximum damage you can do. 56,000 damage on the second sync move. It's just insane, man. Insane. If you get to, like, let's say you minus debuff speed, right? 69,000. Very, very nice, right? Very nice and very big damage. Now, assuming you bring like a defense debuffer, you get to -6 physical defense on the opponent. Can you imagine how much damage that is, right? Not only you activate the passive, like the multiplier in a regular sync move, you also do more damage because of the defense drop. Can you imagine the damage if I put a -6 defense? It's insane. 128,000 damage. I think it's probably like best signature. Insane. It's just straight up insane, man. For a third build, it's a Dragon Rush build, which I don't really recommend. Basically just take all of this stuff, all of them, and then you still have energy left, so you can like just take maybe Devastation, I guess. So this would be the Dragon Rush build, which, like I say, I still recommend the first build. I'm gonna still show you guys the calculation if you want. Let's see, we put 0 defense first, right? With this second build, you do 30,000 damage with Sync Nuke, which is still above average, right? Even with only one multiplier, which is Devastation, right? Dragon Rush, you do 7,800, which is pretty good. It's also above average. To give you an idea, 30,000 damage is about how much Olivia can do with her Sync Nuke in Sand and with Inertia. That should give you a pretty good idea that this is still really, really good Sync Nuke damage. And it's not even like the maximum potential yet, right? You can still like -6 speed. Then Dragon Rush will increase from 7874 to 8766. That's like almost 1,000 damage extra. Now for the last build, I don't really recommend this, but if you really want to play around, I guess you can. It's a bit of a hybrid between Dragon Rush and Sync Nuke. Basically, you take Dragon Rush and MGR3, right? And then you go to the left side, take this Sync Nuke, take Devastation, okay, go down, and then you take Pecking Order. And then you have 3 more energy left, just take like Attack Power Up. This build, yeah, it's cool, right? But I still don't recommend. If you guys want to see the damage calculations, then sure. So assuming the attack and special attack debuff only, Sync Nuke, and this can still do for 50,000 damage, which is a lot. 7,100 for Dragon Rush, which is also really good. Right, if you put to like -6 speed, it's 8,000 damage for Dragon Rush, 60,000 with Sync Nuke. Yeah, if you put to -6 defense, it's over 100,000 damage, man. It's just insane. Then 14,000 with Dragon Rush. Yeah, Iris is crazy damage. You will not regret it if you pull for 100%. Now here comes the recommended support or teammate for Iris. Basically for her teammate, you want to bring along like an attack or crit support, right? Because a trainer move is probably the worst thing about her, because it's only +2 attack and +1 crit, and it's only one use, so you cannot max your attack and crit, unfortunately. So a few really good support, physical attack support in general, would be Hubert, Bugsy, and Hawk. All 3 are really solid support. One thing to note is that for Hubert, you do need him at 3 out of 5 because you only unlock critical squad 2 at 3 out of 5, which is a really good passive. You can literally max out crit and attack in 2 turns. Insane. Hubert is one of the best supports actually. Now for Bugsy, Bugsy is really cool as well, because Bugsy, you can use Leer, right? Debuff defense, really good. X attack all, right? And then the trainer move. Trainer move, you can use it twice to +2 crit, and then in Iris's trainer move, you can +1 crit. So that is a total of +3 crit. And then X attack you can use it twice as well. So that's a +4 attack from Bugsy, and then +2 attack from Iris's trainer move. You can max out attack as well. I also think Bugsy is a really good support for her. The other one would be Hawk. Hawk is also a really good support with his trainer move, and then he is also super tanky, right? You can max out attack and crit. Just use Hop to it twice, and then use the trainer move once for Iris, and yeah, The rest is history. You max out your attack and crit. There is also Lieutenant Surge. He's technically free as well, right? Run the BP sync pairs with max attack all, you can max out attack, and then you can max out crit with trainer move, right? So you +2, you +4 from Lieutenant Surge, and then +2 from Iris, you max out your attack and crit. Very cool. The 3 other sync pairs that I think are really good teammates would be Viola, Kukui, and Master Royale. So Viola is good because of Struggle Bug, right? Struggle Bug is AoE debuff, so it's pretty good. You can speed up the debuffing time, right? Which is pretty nice. Then you also Terrify 1, which is also pretty nice. Then we have Kukui. Kukui is the reason why he's good is because of Veer. We also have Rock Tomb, which can minus speed. Kukui is also super solid for Iris. Okay, what the heck? Why is it Kukui and Incineroar here? I just realized this. I think there's a bug. Anyways, Incineroar is good because of this Hearten 9, right? You can minus 1 attack or defense or both. You can just spam Brutal Swing. It's an AoE. So every time you Brutal Swing, you just debuff attack and defense. But you can also argue that you wouldn't really want to use Master Royale as tech debuffer because Master Royale can also do big damage with sync, right? Like she has, I believe, packing order, right? Same as Iris. Maybe you don't want to bring Master Royale, just bring like Kukui instead. Unfortunately, you cannot put Kukui and Master Royale on the same team for some reason. In conclusion, right? I'm just gonna say this: Champion Iris and Hydreigon are very good. They can do one of the best, if not the best, sync in the game. So guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.